Call Mlala Hayanawa Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, Wamalaki, Bahashim Harawak, Kakawash, Barakatham, the water Baba Ball, Wakwam Yasharala. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, the bishops of Great Millstone who teach us daily, and to the men out there teaching the likewise doctrine, I say you shalom. Today we're going to get into a video whereas Esau is discovering all the secrets that uh, the colonizers who founded this country been hiding, how they got rich, how they got rich off slavery, and this is just for some reason atrocious to them. Now, some tell me that he already knew this. He just having one of those reactions where he's having an expected reaction. He giving you what you want, but that doesn't excuse none of these Edomites from their judgment. Because guess what? You guilty in some way if you about to go into captivity, or you about to be murdered by the Lord, or killed, Salaki, righteous killed by the Lord. You did something either in your past life or this life. So just like the Lord punished us, Edomites finna get it because guess what? All of Israel wasn't wicked, but we all got punished as a nation. You Edomites about to be punished as a nation, along with you other nations. It's 18 nations on this planet. 17 nations are about to go into captivity under the Israelites, starting with Lord Yahweh Shai and King David and the 144,000. So, I mean, just because you didn't know or you claim you didn't know, it doesn't matter. Not to the Lord. Everybody finna get it. Before we get into the video, I want to read this copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now, I'll be periodically stopping the video for comment and scriptures. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. The name of this video is Esau Tells the Truth, His Own Tongue Falling Upon Himself. And before we get the video, let's get that scripture. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 64. And verse 8, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of Yahweh, for they shall wisely consider his doing. Yeah, they telling on themselves. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
And I'm telling you, folks, right there, how white folks got so rich. The untold story of American white supremacy. I mean, I just read about the Indian land grab, and I'm like, my gosh, man, good Lord. No wonder we don't want to teach the truth. No wonder we don't want to teach the truth.
He's right. That's why they called it critical race theory. It's just like the elder said, these are not theories, these are facts. See, Esau trying to water it down so he can sleep at night, I guess. I don't know. But this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 19. O Lord, my strength and my fortress, and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, Surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. Yeah, all of them lie. America's not great. It has never been great. They just told you it was, and you believed it. Actually, it's the worst of the worst. Let's go.
Because that means we've got to look people in the face and say our forefathers were the worst people in the history of mankind. The things that they did, that manifest destiny, that kind of mentality has been.
See, it's just like the elder said. Esau clings on to that manifest destiny, and it is just a self-will theory that Esau came up with, stating that basically it's the Lord's will that he ruled in be in rulership. And he's right. It was the Lord's will, but not because you are the best candidate for the job. It was because he used you to punish us. And now he's about to use us to punish you. Let's go to the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. Esau don't care about right and wrong. All he cares about is do what I say. This is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. And this is their basic attitude, their careless, reckless attitude. Let me see, we'll go up a little bit. We'll start at verse 5. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning. This is Esau's attitude about life and death. For it is fast sealed that no man cometh again. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present. Let us speedily use the creatures like as in thy youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass us by. See, Esau, he doesn't believe he's reincarnated. He thinks death is the end all be all. No, you come back. He think he just is like they say in the world, you only live once. That's not true at all. Let's keep rolling. Verse 8. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds, therefore they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. For this is our portion. Our lot is this. Listen to this. Verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. See, they don't respect shit. Verse 11. This is the point. Let our strength be the law of justice. For that which is feeble is to be found nothing worth. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objective to our infamy the transgressions of our education. Now, it's a little bit more in this, because Esau's about to challenge the Lord. Think about it. You got a country of people, a nation of people that claim they love the Lord so much they about to fight the Lord over the shit they stole. There's no hate like Christian love. They finna challenge the Israelites and the Lord at the same time. Listen to this. Verse 13. He professeth to have the knowledge of Yahweh and calleth himself the child of the Lord. He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us, even to behold, for his life is not like other men's, his ways are of another fashion. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. Exactly, because the Lord told us to. He pronounced the end of the just to be blessed and make his boast that Yahweh is his father. That's what's happening now. The Israelites are hitting them highways and byways, letting you know what time it is. Other people don't like it though, other nations, because they want you to believe Babylonian bullshit. Verse 17, here's the point. This is when they finna challenge the Lord. Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man be the son of Yahweh, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. See, these people, yeah, they are the children of fools. Let's keep rolling.
Atrocious what we have done. What we have done to the African Americans. The estimated number of wealth that came from slavery, from free labor, and that's what it was. And they estimate that the amount of money that came from slavery was around $24 trillion. You can't even grasp that much money. The average person has a hard time grasping what $1 billion is.
See how much we were used? Let's get a couple more scriptures. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. And this is the curses that the Lord put upon us for disobedience. This is one of them. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Now, let's go. Let's keep going. Verse 49, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, the nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. See? And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle, and the fruit of thy land, thou shalt be destroyed. See? Everything that we grow, we make, we tend to, we can't even enjoy it because this thief wants to take it and sell it and pay us nothing. Now they thought this was all secret. But let's go to Isaiah chapter 29. This is what they think. Verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? Man, you have been exposed on a global scale. Everybody knows you and everybody sees you, including Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.
$1 trillion. Holy shit. And a lot of people don't want to admit the truth because a lot of people also are scared that what happens if we actually do have to maybe pay reparations.
Well, you ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to pay nothing because guess what? You are the reparation, baby. You and those other 17 nations. You are the reparation. You ain't got to pay shit because we know how stingy you people are with money. The Lord knows this. That's why when the Lord get through with you, you're going to wish that's all you had to do was pay reparations. When the Lord get through with y'all going to wish y'all had paid us what y'all owed us. But don't worry about that. The Lord finna take it out your ass. Psalm chapter 62, verse 4. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. Yeah, they always lying on us, which is the next line. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Salah.
Understand that everything, that beautiful capital in Washington, D.C. was built by slave labor. The majority of the churches in this country were built by slave labor.
Let's go to Revelation chapter 13. Well, not 13, hold on. See, that's what Esau think. He think just uh he think he get to do what he want to do and just die, and that be it. He ain't got to pay for nothing. He ain't got to right all his wrongs. And those are the thoughts and opinions and attitudes of children. Just like in the book of Job, they were the children of fools. You got to be a fool to think that you can do all this shit to the Lord's people and ain't that gonna happen to you. You got to be a goddamn fool to think that. The Lord loves us, but look, he still punished us. You think you ain't finna get it? Yeah, they are delusional as hell. Revelation chapter 13, I was right. Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints.
Our forefathers were lazy.
Mm-hmm.
And if they were smart, which they were, but the problem was with it, they were cunning.
Yeah, they were cunning. Even the Bible describes them as being cunning. Let's get it. In the book of Genesis. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25. We'll start at verse 24. And this is starting at when Rebekah first gave birth to Jacob and Esau. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. Now, the reason that Jacob grabbed Esau's heel, and the reason because the reason Rebecca was in pain, having labor pains prematurely, because they was in the womb fighting. The Lord put enmity between us on purpose. This is the Lord's movie. You had to have a good guy and a bad guy. Esau, you the bad guy. And I'm pretty sure the world has figured that out by now. And Jacob grabbing Esau's heel, that symbolizes that Jacob will bring you down through the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Verse 27. Well, let's finish 26. And Isaac was 60 years old when she bare them. 60, that's 60 years old. 20 times 3, a score is 20 years. Verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Yeah, we like to chill at the crib. Esau, he'd be going out there spraying himself with deer piss and duck whistles and all kind of shit. Yeah, he's very cunning. But we're gonna see where his cunningness is going to get him. It's going to land his ass right into slavery. So what's the benefit of being cunning if it doesn't benefit you in the long run? Actually, it it's against you because you think you too slick and sneaky that you'll never get caught. So it worked against you. Let's get another one. Let's go to the book of Acts, chapter 13, verse 10. And said, O full of all subtlety and all mischief, thou child of the devil, without in, thou enemy of all righteousness, wilt thou not cease to pervert the right ways of the Lord? And the answer is no. He's always perverting the ways of the Lord. Prime example, he told you that being in the alphabet community was good, and a lot of y'all fell for it. That's perverting the righteous ways of the Lord. That's just one example. Keep rolling.
Sad. And I'm telling you, folks, right there, how white folks got so rich. The untold story of American white supremacy.
White fragility. Because, like I said, you're not superior if you got to announce that shit every 5 minutes. If you were truly superior, you wouldn't have to say it at all. People would automatically know. Your superiority, so called, doesn't come from you rigging all the laws and all the rules. Matter of fact, that's a contradiction against you. The fact that you have to do these things to stay on top, that disqualifies you from being any type of a superior. Boy, stop. Because guess what? You got the rules rigged in your favor and you still losing. So you are a two-time loser, homie. If you were superior, you would dominate, period, against all rules, against all odds, like Israelites. Prime example, that all-white town they was trying to build over there in the Ozarks, Arkansas, they already failed. They already turned on each other. So let me get this straight. You tried to build a kingdom. You tried to build a city in your kingdom, in a kingdom that favors you. And you can't even get one establishment, one settlement off the ground up and running. Meanwhile, the Israelites, they did this 200 times over, way more than 200 times over in a kingdom that was against them. So who's really superior? Because every time we tried to segregate ourselves from you, what did you do? You came in the middle of the night with your burning crosses and your emotions. When emotions rule over a man, he's not superior at all. He's the opposite. He's fragile as hell. Anything gets to him, anything sets him off. That's an unstable man. That's James 1 and 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. That's why it says in Sirach chapter 12, verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rust, so is his wickedness. Because you never know when this man puts himself in secret competition against you, only to be disappointed over and over and over and over again. You're not superior, homie. You just told a lie like you was. Just keep rolling. You're not superior, you're actually profane. Go to Hebrews chapter 12. And profane means the Lord ain't dealing with you. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. That disqualifies you being unfit to rule anyway, because if you sold your birthright for some raw ass soup, you obviously are not fit to rule because you didn't take into consideration the future of your people. Selfish, self-willed, impulsive. That's Esau. Let's keep rolling. Amos chapter 1. And the Lord said y'all ain't gonna get away with it. So don't be acting all surprised like, oh, we finna get punished. What did we do? The shortest answer is what haven't you not done? Amos chapter 1, verse 11. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. And guess what? The Lord kept his towards you too. Ezekiel 35. Verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time of their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So the Lord basically saying, since you don't mind murdering, you won't mind being murdered yourself. But these going to be considered righteous kills, not murder. Murder is unlawful. You take an innocent life. Kill is not murder because some laws that are broken, the punishment is death. And that's a righteous thing with the Lord. To keep the wickedness from spreading to the Israelites, they have to make an example and shame you. First they shame you, then they put you to death. They keep that wicked spirit away from the children of Israel. But see, Esau, you don't know how to do that. You don't judge your own people. That's why your wickedness spreads throughout your people. Instead of punishing them, making examples. If you do this bullshit, this is what's going to happen to you. No, you gave them a license to sin. And now you wonder why they out of control. Look at your president. This is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 11. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. And I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. Y'all ain't getting away with it. Stop acting surprised like you ain't did shit wrong. Stop acting like them knockoffs over there in our land. Always playing the victim. If you the victim, who made you the victim then? It wasn't us. The nation of Edom has no solidarity whatsoever. That's why that white town failed. They only come together against a common enemy. But after that's resolved, they're going right back to backstabbing each other. Your history shows this. Y'all murder each other, but you always trying to make us the face of a murderous nation, black on black crime. No, that's you, homie. And if we are murdering each other, it's because of the shit you started. We know all about that. You putting on these rubber CIA masks, dressing up as rival gang members, starting gang wars, putting crack in the neighborhoods. Yeah, we know. Yeah, you ain't slick, bruh. Try to make us the face of drug dealers. When I got this right here. No, we ain't no drug dealers. I'm gonna tell you who the real drug dealers are. Hold on. And all Esau does is project. Where is it? Let me find it. Hold on, y'all. I gotta find this now. He ended on it. Oh. Okay, hold on, y'all. Okay. Now they was talking about they was always trying to paint us as being the drug dealers. No, we're not drug dealers. We small time compared to you, E. Listen to this article. In June 2019, U.S. authorities seized the MSC Guyane, a massive cargo ship at the Packer Marine Terminal in Philadelphia after discovering nearly 20 tons of cocaine with a street value of approximately $1.3 billion. It remains one of the largest drug busts in U.S. history. But whose ship was it? Listen to this. The vessel was owned by clients of J.P. Morgan Chase assets management arm, but was leased and operated by Mediterranean Shipping Company. The seizure was unprecedented because several crew members were found to have actively conspired with the Balkan drug cartel to load the drugs at sea. Now listen to this bullshit. Neither J.P. Morgan Chase nor MSC were targets of a criminal investigation. You want to know why? Because of Psalms chapter 73, verse 5. They're not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Because of Job chapter 9, verse 24, the earth was given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is he? So the question remains, if a wicked nation can make laws, break laws, bend laws, ignore laws at their will, is there a such thing as law? The answer is no. They do their wickedness under the guise of law. Let's get this one. Let's go to Psalm chapter 94. America's always been lawless. It was founded by lawless men. The Epstein Island is not the first Epstein Island in history. You better look at the 13 colonies. But that's all they did: rape, rob, murder, destroy. Psalm chapter 94, verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? The Constitution is a joke. The Bill of Rights is a joke. The Declaration of Independence is a big ass joke. You never got your independence from Britain. If that's the case, why are they enforcing foreign treaties of other nations here? Why, in order to be a lawyer to enforce laws in this country, you got to basically get permission from the Brits. That's what the bar exam is for. And why are they enforcing child support, which is not child support at all? You supporting some children. You supporting them knockoffs over there in our land. And the elder always brings it out. Putting American citizens under a foreign treaty goes against the Constitution, therefore is illegal. But they enforce it every day, all day. They'll garnish your check to feed them knockoffs over there in our land. So what you think you got coming, Esau? You think the Lord gonna roll out the red carpet to the kingdom for you? I doubt it. You're gonna be there, but when you get there, you're gonna wish you was dead because you got 1,000 years of captivity to knock out. Now let's go to Revelation. Revelation chapter 18. Let's see what they were selling in slavery. This is Revelation chapter 18. We'll start at verse 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Their merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls and fine linen, and purple and silk and scarlet, and all thine to nine wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessels of the most precious wood, and of brass and iron and marble, and cinnamon and odors and ointment and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. Y'all in trouble. Let's get another one. Listen to this. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 4. And we'll start at verse 1. My son, defraud not the poor of his living, and make not the needy eyes to wait long. Esau does this on purpose. Verse 2. Make not a hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man in his distress. Esau does this on purpose. But they the people. Verse 3. Add not more trouble to a heart that is vexed, and defer not to give to him that is in need. Esau does this on purpose. He'll put you in need and deny you help. He'll create your situation and then act like he ain't had nothing to do with it. He'll create your hardship, your affliction, and pretend he ain't got nothing to do with it. Well, the paperwork says we got to kick you out. The paperwork. But this ain't even your land. You stole this. But your paperwork says that the indigenous got to go. Lord, I got something for you, boy. Let's keep rolling. It's cool, though. It's cool. It's cool. Because better is the end of a thing than the beginning, meaning captivity. We at the end of ours. Yours is about to start. Let's get this one right here. This is Isaiah chapter 14. We'll start at verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, saying, how have the oppressors ceased? The golden city ceased. Because the Lord gonna put the spirit on y'all to shoot nukes at each other. But y'all still don't understand that if one is shot off, everybody loses. This is how bloodthirsty Esau is, though, which makes him unfit to rule. He doesn't kill in righteousness, he murders the innocent and then justifies himself. Let's get this one. We'll get a few more and close. This is the book of Luke, chapter 6, verse 24. But woe unto you that are rich, for you have received your consolation. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe to you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. Y'all finna get it, man. And woe means destruction. Let's get another one about your riches. Since you so crazy about money, you will do anything under the sun to get it. These little pieces of green paper that you worship so much, you will kill, you will murder, you will rape, you will do anything to get this little piece of green paper. But I got a message for you. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 4. Riches profit nothing in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. I mean, you could be a billionaire. Look at Trump, a billionaire, but everybody hates him in the world. He can't go nowhere without by himself, and he constantly shits on himself. And now they're saying this man is plagued with insects. The Lord putting the plagues on him. First, he turned their reflection pool green, just like he did in Egypt. He turned the Nile River red. He plagued Egypt with frogs and flies and gnats. Same thing with Trump. Trump, he's so stupid, he don't understand he's cursed. His name is cursed. Everywhere his name goes up, that business dies. Between 20 and 30 failed businesses, when you were given 400 million, I think, if you can't flip 400 million, you ain't got no business trying to do business with nobody. And all the money he so-called made, he made illegally. So this man he nothing but a failed hustler slash con man slash liar slash pedo. And he's compromised. But you Edomites are so weak, y'all could have got him for treason a long time ago. But you just gonna sit idly by just because he's white. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be your destruction, your pride. Pride followed before destruction. Remember that. Roughly paraphrasing the scripture. Y'all could have got him and his whole administration a long time ago for treason. But you didn't. Like the Lord said, the elder said, Salakia, this is not the home of the brave. This is the home of the bend over and take it. Yeah, y'all took all that hard shit against us, but when it comes to your own, you pretend you don't see nothing. So who's the coward? Let's go to the Book of Lamentation, chapter 4. And we'll start at verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. And those sins are being discovered and exposed on the internet like never before. Yeah, the Lord is visiting you, E. Let's get two more. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 24. And this is what the Lord is about to do to the elites. This is after the nukes are shot off. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. And it shall come to pass that in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, the kings of the earth upon the earth, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. So Trump, you and all your little evil ass constituents, if I was you, I would go to Alligator Alcatraz and make it as comfortable as possible. And the rest of these prisons y'all building, you better make them comfortable. Matter of fact, just go ahead and dig your grave and lay down. Because, hey, you're going to end up there eventually after your 1,000 years of captivity. And then after that, this is going to happen to you. The book of Obadiah, chapter 1. Well, let's get a few precepts first. Because I want you to understand why the Lord about to exterminate you after your 1,000 years. Verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Are you not despised on a global scale right now? Yeah, the Lord did that. Verse 3, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? See that pride in him? That pride go up before destruction. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord. And he's doing that now. Nobody likes you, not even your woman. She's shitting on you. Verse 9, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. This is after your captivity. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Verse 15, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Verse 17, but upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Everything you stole, you about to run that plus some. The Lord finna break y'all. Verse 18, we'll close on this one. This is what's about to happen to you after your 1,000 years of captivity of rebuilding our kingdom for free. It's only right after you lied like you were the people moved in and defiled the whole land. That's why y'all getting up out of there, because you're getting bombed. Skin cancer. Those knockoffs over there in our land, they got, I think, the highest rate of skin cancer in the world, which is around 90%. That ain't no coincidence. That's judgment. And he ain't through with y'all. He just warming up. All those so-called Europeans, over 3,000 died from the heat. But y'all superior, you can't go outside. Boy, stop. Verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. So to answer your question, whoever did this video, the Edomite that was in this video, you ain't got to worry about no reparations, baby. Keep your money, because the Lord want that ass in captivity under the Israelites, under King David, under Lord Yahweh, in the name of Allah Yahweh. So that's your future, and this can't be changed. It can't be altered. It can't be amended. You know, like how you do laws, you'll change shit up in a minute. But the Lord changes not, and your faith and your future is sealed. Call Halayim La Lahai Now Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah Hamashiach Wamalaki by Hashem Harawat Wakak Warash Barakathum, the water Bible Bawa Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.